Alrighty, welcome to the first ever Raiders podcast. I am joined here by Foxler, the man himself, Jolt, and do you want to just go by Space?
Orion.
Orion? Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Alright, everybody introduce themselves. I don't care who starts.
Oh, well, then I'll go stick my nose in it first.
Alright, go ahead.
Well, I'm Foxer Nightfire, the creator and CEO of the Furry Raiders, and probably the most hated furry of all time, based on the internet.
I'm Orion, Chief Illegal Alien / Chief Research Officer of the Furry Raiders.
He does the probing for us. Is that right?
And Jolt, what do you do?
Hi, I'm Jolt. I'm Chief Learning Officer. I'm basically here to prep the membership for what's coming ahead, because I have a good idea what's coming up ahead, both inside and outside furry.
All right. And I'm Neo. I joined about 2 months ago, and I'm the whole Nazi that put everything together. So, Foxer, do you want to tell everybody what the Raiders is all about?
To go through this again?
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
people who aren't gonna who aren't Raiders that are probably gonna watch this.
Yeah. Well, the Furry Raiders is a group specifically designed to keep the fundamentals of what the furry fandom is, which is an all-welcoming, all-encompassing group of people that enjoy anthropomorphic animals. And in that, because you have the capability of building your own persona, that we believe you should be allowed to express yourself freely on a personal level in all manners. So, which we're seeing that the fandom is not like that anymore.
You got that right. And why are y'all a Raider?
Well, I'm pretty obvious.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But,
I became
go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I became a Raider because
Let Orion speak first.
basically I was in a few furry meets around the UK, and a lot of them were toxic and a bit backstabby towards each other, and I decided to join a group which was a bit more friendly.
Yeah.
Which is ironically the one which had the flipping armbands.
Yeah, it's kind of how
Surprisingly. Really?
Yeah, I reached out to you, Foxer, because I was like, well, I saw all these pictures on Google, and I was like, oh, well, what's going on? So I reached out to you, and we had the whole discussion about what the Raiders were, and I really enjoyed that discussion too. And now a lot of my friends think I'm a Nazi, which is okay. They weren't really my friends then.
Well, darn, it sounds like everybody else in this fandom.
Yeah.
You join the wrong side, you're automatically a Nazi and you're well hated.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will say that if you come to our side, we will forgive you with all your sins. Supposedly, it's the witch trials all over again.
Well, I mean, I'm already on the block list, so there's really no going back.
Oh yeah, do tell me about it.
I didn't actually get on the block list.
Well, you're not really on Twitter, are you?
I mean, that's say a lot, right?
I honestly think Twitter is where the problem started.
Yeah, because everybody has the right to have their own voice, so that gives both smart people and the idiots the right to talk about whatever they want.
Which is not a bad thing. I mean, I'm totally supportive of that. And then Twitter was like, hey, we're all about free speech. 5 years later, oh, we're not making profit. Our stocks are depleting. We should change that.
We should give the crybabies what they want.
Yes, we need to boost it. We need to boost our financials.
Oh, no. Well, I think they think they can save it just by cleaning house.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Just like
No.
I used to watch a lot of Alex Jones, and for unironic reasons too. And it was around the time when heavy mass censorship was actually coming on to pretty much anybody who didn't have a leftist opinion.
I've only watched Alex Jones for his frog commentary.
No, of course. Well, I mean, this was back when I didn't really have anything to listen to. So while I was working, I did a janitorial job, and when I was working that, I would just throw that on and laugh when he started yelling.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm more of a Ben Shapiro guy.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder are pretty good.
Yeah, they're alright.
Yeah, I'm more of a Mario Yiannopoulos sort of guy because he's hot and he's kind of funny.
He's a faggot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh god.
Faggots love sticks.
Like I actually got semi-locking myself from missing the thing in my neck of the woods and my case.
Yeah, who is the Australian Milo or Ben? That is a good question.
Yeah.
I haven't really done too much research into it. Like, all I know is there's Milo and then everyone else.
Milo's one of a kind. We'll say that much. And for any of us down here in my neck of the woods, it's a pretty big shoe to fill.
Mm-hmm. There was I remember.
The funny thing is though, like the local police force actually realized something, that the easiest way to deal with far right extremism is just by talking them out of it.
Oh wow, I didn't know that would work. We should try it more often.
And basically, they've noticed the correlation between censorship and the right becoming more extreme.
Oh, wouldn't you be all upset if someone said you couldn't watch furry porn anymore?
I would be a bit angry.
Exactly my point.
Which that actually gets me into my next topic that I had. What do y'all guys think about the whole net neutrality issue? Since we were talking about like Twitter, furry porn, shit like that.
Legit plays a meme.
Because I don't know if it's actually gonna be that much of an issue, because it is still in contention at the moment.
Well, it's pretty simple, ISPs want their fucking cut of the money, and they're gonna find any way to do that. And if it's creating a law saying that we have the right to charge whatever we want, then they will do it. And it's no different from the gas prices out there, from electric utilities. They all want their cut of the greenbacks, but there are limits to that.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take about 2 years for it to even kick in like fully.
Yeah.
So for the next 2 years, I know we're going to hear a lot of fight back towards this.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's not the first time it was challenged, so yeah.
Yeah. Like, when was it that he tried to challenge it? It was like in the summer? I can't fully remember.
Wasn't it like 3 or 4 years ago when it first came up and everybody's like losing their shit over it?
That was back when I wasn't paying attention to everything, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a day when you didn't actually pay attention? Damn, isn't that nice? Wish I could turn it off now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like every time I try to get out of politics, it's like, oh, something new pretty much happens.
Yeah, but basically politics is like societal AIDS at this point.
Mm-hmm. Which is the whole reason this entire fandom is, divided, is just retarded politics. Someone's got to have the right side of the argument, so they're going to sit there and blab on. Oh no, my side's better.
And I honestly think it was because of social media. that was the thing which started this.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go back, though, I mean, furries never really had any sense of maturity and pride to begin with.
Yeah.
We are a bunch of weirdos.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just think about it. You dress up as a giant stuffed toy. I mean, where's the adultness in that?
Yeah, like half the time, it's mostly shit. I lost my train of thought.
The thing is, though, I honestly think that the hipsters were the ones who decided to get all political about it.
Well, if you think about it, the fandom was pretty left-leaning, you know, for a long amount of time. And it wasn't until, what was it? Probably...
Within 15, 16 maybe? That everything started blowing up, yeah.
It was whenever people, like, came out like, hey, I don't agree with these politics, when the whole two parties pretty much divided the fandom. I remember reading something about it, but I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been... I can't fucking remember his name.
Is it Carthorax or Two Griffin?
I think it was him. Carthorax.
Blue Dragon Butt. That's what I call him.
By the way, I saw that podcast you were with. I didn't fully finish it. How did that go?
No, with him?
Yeah.
It was interesting. I mean, our conversation before the podcast was really good. I thought everything was going to be totally fine. Walked in there and it's like, for a half hour, it's like, armband. I'm like, drop it. I don't care. Get over it. No.
Yeah, the thing is, though, he kept going on in circles, to be honest.
Pretty much.
That's the kind of shit I can't really watch. Is when people just like go in circles. It's like that. What was that one anime? Bleach. You know, for the first 2 seasons it was all right, but then it just kept repeating the same shit and it got boring.
Wasn't Inuyasha the same way?
I don't know. I never watched it.
I stopped at like 30 episodes and I was like, this is gonna go on.
Honestly,
circles.
It's like when the Raiders get like merchandise, one of the t-shirts should say my armband on it.
I like that.
Oh, the stuff you could come up with.
There's one t-shirt which I would like to get, which is my social construct.
That'd be a good one.
I just want to get a t-shirt that says it's okay to be white.
Actually, we can make quite a few of our own merch line too. Like, it's okay to be a raider.
That's a good one.
That my Telegram sticker on it.
That is actually a really good one. I never even think of
It's quite funny because, like, you know, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and like I noticed that one of the characters, I think it was like Revolver Ocelot, was wearing like a flipping Diamond Dog's armband.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'm surprised people didn't spurg out at the developer and accuse them of being Nazis.
I'm so tempted to run a search on that right now. Freaking.
What was it? The Metal Gear Solid 5?
Yeah.
Or I guess Jolt's got it.
Yeah, that's the one. Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, you also seemingly think that the Furry Raiders are the Diamond Dogs of, you know, the closest equivalents.
See, that's the thing with video games, though. Like, Wolfenstein, y'all know about the World War II issue with Call of Duty. They just took the swastika out of multiplayer and zombies.
I never played it.
I'm a big Call of Duty nut. I love, sort of, kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. You know, I didn't really care for the jetpack stuff, but I liked, okay, maybe 1 or 2 games like it. But
see, you have no good points for it. Battlefield for the win, motherfucker.
Yeah,
yeah, Battlefield is pretty good. I loved Battlefield 4.
Oh, me too.
Oh my god. It was my buddy who got me to play that.
Yeah, this is the image of, like, you know, Revolver Ocelot, which I was on about. Like, you know, look what he's wearing on his arm.
Looks like a bondage gear.
No, it's not red. That's why they didn't freak out.
Yeah.
If it was red, everybody would have been like, "Oh, Nazi!"
The thing is, though, bondage gear. That sounds like the sort of Metal Gear you would hear in a Metal Gear Solid game. Fucking bondage gear.
you get like a guy walk out with holding a gun and with like a puppy mask. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, pup masks.
Or in a full-on horse gimp suit. Which I'm actually surprised that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
The big purple dildo of Saints Row 3. I've actually never really played a Metal Gear Solid game. Maybe it's just because I didn't start from 1.
Me neither, man. I just...
for those in America, Merry Christmas. Apparently that's extremely offensive to say over there for some reason. And
oh yeah, you're supposed to say Happy Holidays because it's least offensive.
It's either Happy Holidays or Merry Xmas.
Oof.
But yes, to everybody listening, Merry Christmas. We are doing, besides Orion, I can never pronounce her name.
Well, he's already done and over with it.
Oh yeah, but we're still in Eve, so you know we're.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that when I said, "Hey, let's do a podcast today."
Your life must be really unscheduled to miss that one.
When I was working the janitor job and the vape store job, everything just kind of molded together. So I don't even know half the time. I didn't even know Thanksgiving was coming up when it came up. Like that's how behind I was.
But you'll know when MMF comes up.
No, no shit.
Man.
Everybody and their freaking dog are going to MFF.
No, everybody and their freaking fox is going to MMF.
Oh God, no. Can I bring any of you? I want a service dragon, a service fox, and a service alien right in my leash.
All right. Yeah. I would at least like to have my suit first before I do that.
Yeah. Honestly, that would be great artwork, actually.
Or was service animals.
Oh, Jesus. I'll get my canine vest. It says service animal on it. I'll probably get one for my friend's mom.
Oh, yeah. That was like a whole... everybody was losing their mind over that. But nobody had just sat and just like made a... Like, it's weird. They all made a complaint on Twitter about how horrible it is somebody brought a fox. But they don't take the necessary steps to just call animal control and ask. Or let them deal with it. You know, it's like...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing that all over Twitter. Some people actually brought their foxes.
Yeah, and the very other case was too, you know, like, papers, please, mister. Is that thing even legal?
Well, I think he provided papers, but then people were like, well, it was false because they're claiming it's a hybrid dog. I'm just like...
I just heard MFF was a total shit show this year.
Actually, oh God, I want to... yeah, it was. I actually kind of wanted to ask you if you were jokingly about it, though, who the fox's dad was if it was a hybrid.
Not possible.
God,
but regardless, nobody took the initial step, like the correct step, and then got the correct answer. Because if the correct answer is we can't do anything, then it's pretty obvious he's within his rights to do whatever he wants. Yeah. And I mean, and the joke was, it was totally funny. I was reading people saying on Twitter, like, well, you know, the fox looks so scared. And I'm just like, yeah, I would be scared if there was people walking around in 6-foot costumes dressed like me wanting to screw each other. Yeah, I think I'd have a problem too.
Like, I always find it funny when I see fursuiters take pictures with their animals because their animal just looks so confused most of the time. Yeah,
there was like, I thought I was supposed to eat out of the dog bowl. What is this?
There
are furries that do that.
Yeah,
there are furries.
Oh, you know, they sell lots of dog bowls at the hotel space. Like,
Oh yeah, they do. Surprisingly, they sell designer dog balls for furries. It's kind of weird.
Oh god, it's like you need one made out of like solid gold.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
You know, I might just do that. I might change all my plates to be dog balls, silver or gold plated dog balls.
Do the gold. Be fancy.
And furry baller right there in the making, man.
Yeah.
And then, you know, guests come over, we have Thanksgiving, they're like, what the hell are these? Soup balls? Like,
Sure.
shit.
This is the fine china of the furry fandom, sir. Get your facts right.
No. I'm gonna have to charge you for licking.
Yeah.
That is one thing I dreaded, like telling everybody. It's like, yeah, I like anthropomorphic animals. And they're like, what? Yeah, I do. It's like, who gives a shit? I'm like, oh well, okay.
That's what I told my boss, and he pretty much responded the same way. He's like, oh, okay, that sounds kind of neat. What's it about? I'm like, okay, we do this, and we screw each other. Oh, one of those.
You're
I'm
those
like,
people.
Yep.
And he was like totally chill after that. And he's like, so what are your kinks? I'm just like, huh?
Why you trying
And why are you
Yeah, the thing is though, it's like another thing I've noticed about like a lot of furries in the fandom is that they deny that there's a sexual part of it.
Oh, I remember there was this this like spastic 13-year-old calling me a Nazi on Twitter, and I'm just like, okay, what's your problem? And then I'm just like, you know, you don't know much about the fandom, do you? You know, there is a very yiffy side to it. And he's like, ew, no, that's disgusting. Furries don't do that. I'm sitting here like, oh my god, you have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Actually, that's how I found out about the fandom, because I was like, oh, what does Brian Griffin look like when he's naked? I was like, oh, that's what he looks like. And then I went on to a whole nother thing. And then I met new people, and, you know, now I'm here.
Yeah, talk about the sexualization of it. Like, you know, I've just recently talked to, like, you know, Drakians or whatever he's called.
Yeah. I mean,
he has a really nice artwork. Just saying.
Well, I was about 13, 12 years old when I joined in. It was like super sexual then. It's super sexual now. I mean, it's more easier to get.
Even more so now.
Affinity.
Yeah, thanks. No, for me, you know, for a lot of people, for affinity, for me, it was VCL. If anybody remembers that.
What is this VCL?
Yeah, I was just about that same thing. I just didn't want to sound stupid.
Yeah, it was an old. I remember it was like an old website for an old art gallery.
It was VCL was a website dedicated for furry and anthropomorphic arts. It was a giant library. It was kind of like the Fur Affinity before Fur Affinity. It's still around. See, that makes me old now. You make me a gray muzzle out of the blue. Look at that. Just like I think. What did VCL stand for? I don't remember. Also popularly. Oh yeah. It's also known as Vixen Control Library, but
yeah,
I've heard of that. Now that you said that, I remember seeing like a glimpse of something like that.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're in the fandom for almost 2 decades. I'm on my 19th year now.
I think I'm on my 8th.
Oh, such a youngin'.
I know, right?
No, I'm actually even younger than that. Like,
I'm on my 2013 4th.
So yeah, and then we get the new like Zootopia crowd. It's like, I just joined yesterday. Okay.
And then my Zootopia OC is not a persona.
Oh my god, I remember seeing that shit. Oh, I was laughing so hard. It's like, it's my Zootopia OC is like, bitch, you're a furry. Just admit it. It's like, no, I'm not a furry. I'm just a Zootopia lover. It's like it's gonna
The funny thing
escalate.
is, though,
So
the thing which got me into this fandom was actually the Brony fandom.
Oh, I'm leaving. I am leaving stage right now.
No. It's time to get your car out.
Oh damn, that old one. Foxer is known for some weird stuff, but you know what? None of it really happened. But what's so Space Raider? So what did you realize then?
I spent some time, a few months in the Brony fandom, and I got bored of it. And then I decided to jump shift because, like, you know, the fucking YouTubers and the artists decided to, the fucking musicians decided to have like a fucking drama with each other. And I was like, yeah, I can't be bothered to do this shit.
couldn't have been worse. What's in the furry fandom?
When you really think about it, yeah. But actually, oh god, the Brony community puts out. I'll give them that. Their music, they can actually make music leagues better than furries can.
Yeah.
Alright.
I repent that no, furries know how to make music. They just don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
What
that's
about
true.
that one green dog dude? I can't remember his name.
Unless you want to listen to the lifetime of Foxler and Pepper Coyote, then
No, further back, Furry Fantasies album.
oh,
Come on. Like, I'm old school, man. You know, the day when we had CDs, you know what those are?
Bucktown Tiger.
Wait, what are those?
Before Bucktown Tiger, we're almost a decade before Bucktown Tiger.
The thing is, though, I want to listen to like furry music, which I just want music which isn't just EDM.
Okay, I was about to say, do you like speedcore?
I don't like speedcore that much.
It's cancer.
Nah.
It just sounds like ear rape to me.
It only works if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
God,
All right. Well, no, I gotta solve this while you guys are blibbiting blabbiting. I need to upload a file for you guys to listen to some old classic furry music.
There's
God,
no
thank you.
there's no cock like horse cock. That's
What?
That's actually a song.
Holy.
I guess I'm the only one who knows about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could talk about King Missile and Detachable Penis, but, you know.
Well, it was a Bad Dragon promo thing, like when Fallout 4 was coming out, because I know.
Yeah, I remember that.
I got one around that time because I have two bottles.
You got a dildo? You got a dildo around that time, okay.
Instead of buying Fallout 4, I just got a dragon dildo.
To me, like, you know, the only thing speedcore is to me is just it's pretty much meme sort of music.
I can think of better main music genres.
I mean, there's
Speedcore.
some actual, like, some songs from some of them are good, like a remix sounding song that doesn't sound like fucking machine guns going off in your ear.
Yeah.
Because my old boyfriend, he showed me Lap Fox, and you know I used to listen to a little bit of it.
I listened to Lap Fox, and I used to listen to was it Renard or whatever?
Yeah, Renard, Furries in a Blender, all those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The-
there was
the-
one.
Do you know the funny thing is about Furries in the Blender and Hard? Is that they're the same people?
Yes, I know this. Don't mean I'm into it.
Yeah, Laptrox, yeah, they're all the same person.
No shit.
Yeah, they are. It's called, you know, promotioning it and multiple album names.
My mind just got blown right now because like I always thought they were all different. Seriously. And it was just run by Jesus, she does not look attractive.
Where the hell did that come from?
I saw a picture of the chick.
Supposable chick.
Hold
We
on.
don't know.
Y'all gotta see this.
Alright, post it up.
I'm trying.
yeah, I'm just gonna go back to my furry fantasies over here. You know, old school stuff.
God, I'm getting a file now.
Back in the war.
So I'm guessing it's all this person.
And they're all gonna be live.
I think her name was like Haley something. Like I never saw a close-up picture of it.
I love how we do that.
I don't know what that is.
No. Yeah, just edit that out. I know it.
Let's just play the throwdown game.
No. Just do the bleep. Just do the bleep. It'd be priceless. Nobody knows what you said. We can only assume.
I'll just edit out and post.
It's funnier if you do the bleep, and everybody will be live.
So I was like jokingly thinking that it would be a flipping male to female trans person.
I seriously don't even know what that is.
It's a mistake.
It's a biological oopsie daisy.
Yeah,
Biological oopsie daisy.
That's putting it very mildly.
I'd yiff it only at fursuit.
Yeah, probably. First,
Honestly, I would prefer if this person actually shaved their arms.
Oh, she can tell that?
Look at the picture closely. That the arms aren't shaven.
You would know this, wouldn't you? Oh, you are right. Oh, wow. I don't know what to say about this one.
The only reason I remember
that means in actual fact it could be actual female to male trans person then.
Or just quote unquote non-binary.
We'll just stick to music and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like that kind of music, you know, I don't care what they look like, as long as they make, you know, what they do.
Well, I mean, I didn't care the fact that, you know, I mean, supposable Michael Jackson's a, you know, pedo, but he made damn good music.
No shit.
Yeah, I would like to hear like a furry synthwave sort of group or something.
Oh god, yeah,
that'd be fun.
Well, there's what's his name? He's the furry pianist.
Foxamore.
Yeah.
There's also another one called Jumpy.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing Foxamore actually at Confuzzled.
I've seen him at Midwest Furfest.
I've seen him at BLFC. I don't find it the most best music in the world.
It's for a specific taste, yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, about his music is that the amount of memes which have come out of it.
What we need to have another rap artist, a furry rap artist come in. We need a hardcore, like, punk metal, and then we need, like, a Michael Jackson, and then we're good.
I'm kind of working on 2 out of 3 of those. I'm actually...
The funny thing is, though, I have a friend called Axis who's looking into the rap side of things.
I mean, I'm not doing, like, furry-related rap, you know, just, like, generic shit is really how my, you know, cliche, excuse me.
Actually, you do rap that's more tailored to this, to being self-aware of the situation at hand. Like politically incorrect rap.
Like how Eminem used to be.
The Germans know how to do rap.
Oh god, please don't ask Stinger for European rap, please.
I forget, like, other countries have rap too. Some of them are good. Some of them are
German rap, man. German rap is the win for me.
Russian rap is just terrible.
And Mother Russia rap music raps you.
Yeah, in Soviet Russia, water drinks you.
Yeah, have you seen that video of like the tap just sucking up the water?
I don't know. I know how it's done, but but it's still pretty funny.
Shit.
An old classic furry one. In Soviet Russia, animals hunt you.
I remember that one. Oh my god. Furry memes. Oh, those were the days.
Those are the days when things were cool.
Yeah.
I wonder, you know, if this shit was going on in the background and we just never paid attention to it until now.
What?
Like the whole political shit and everybody being at each other's throats.
I ain't anybody's throat.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
like alt furry, like the true alt furry and the leftist. Like Dio and Dick Patch. I mean Dog Patch, excuse me.
Dick Patch. He'll remember that one.
Oh, I hope so. Hey, Dong Patch, if you're listening to this, fuck you, man.
Oh.
He's probably gonna get triggered. Probably put me on the alt furry blacklist.
He's always gonna say you're a Nazi, and you know.
Yeah,
He's gonna do a spear. He's gonna try to take this video completely out of context in so many levels.
Could have said it
But
pretty different.
Yeah,
basically,
I don't
they
even
do
care if he
ads
does.
at Hitlorium against you.
I mean, you know, in essence, people don't like me. I don't have to like them. Simple as that. You know.
Yeah. I'm not here for people to like me. I'm just here to make friends.
I'm here to be a fuzzy butt.
Yeah, no, that's it.
I'm here to be Foxler. And then spread Shiba Inu memes everywhere.
Yeah.
God. Shade memes.
I'm just wondering, like, Fox, where did your name originate from? Like, you know, the Foxler.
Oh, the Foxler? Oh, that was simple. Oh, shit. You're an admin. You should know this story. Holy fuck, man. Have you been just looking at my good looks the whole time? But, the name came from, when I was trying to join Second Life about 10 years ago. I was kind of sitting on the computer, and my normal screen name, if anybody doesn't know me, is Star Fox Ace Fox, and that's not something you would tell someone. That's my persona name. Yeah, that's retarded. So I kind of sat down and was looking at Second Life, and I was coming up with, because you need to have a first name and a last name, and it was something that I was going to do Star Fox Ace Fox, but it didn't fit. So I was like, what could I come up with? So I just kind of look at my driver's license. My last name is Miller. So I kind of like, I love foxes. What can I do with fox? And I'm like, oh, can't do anything with my first name. My last one. Let's just start putting the letters around, and it just came up Foxler. I'm like, oh, that works.
Have you been asked, like, did your name originate from, like, Hitler? You know, Foxler, Hitler?
Oh, people started bringing that up, like, maybe, like, 5 years later. When
Wow,
people...
it took them 5 years. I'm actually really surprised about that one.
Oh, yeah. It was, like, 2013, 2012, people started pointing it out. I'm just like, what? No.
Just basically, you're just like just what happens when, like, you know, coincidences converge.
A series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, true.
I mean, his name is Foxler. He wears an armband that's red.
Put 2 and 2 together, and then you carry the 5.
And he wears a uniform, yeah, with a red tie. It's so Nazi.
I'm just wondering. I knew where the armband came from. Well, didn't it start off as like a joke or something?
I didn't know until like way later where it came from. I just found it on Second Life, and I just rolled with it. Like, oh, this is cool. Got popcorn on it. I'm so taking it. It's like, like the reason I got fired from my first job, and because same reason why I wore the armband. I worked at Fox Acres Country Club as well. Yeah, I know.
Shocker.
That was not purposely, but yes. And the mascot's a fox, and it's a country club where people have $1 million homes on the golf course, and they shoot golf. And I worked as a dishwasher, and the plates had little foxes on it. a couple of those plates disappeared when I worked there, and that's what got me fired.
Did you take them?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you expect?
These were a nice plates. They were laced with gold trim and stuff.
Oh, no wonder.
God, no. Just keep them away from our greats. Keep them away from the greats.
Dude, but the cute little foxes. It's like it was a vixen with all its little cubs. It was like the most prettiest thing ever. And these were like premium fucking British-made plates. So just, oh my god.
The place you get off of if the Queen of England herself came down to visit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, burgers were like at the time. We're talking like 2004, 2003. You know, a burger there was $25 to $30.
Oh, that's way too premium for my taste.
That is that's
Christ.
that was some serious premium going in. I mean,
What kind of meat do they serve?
I have no idea.
The best of the best.
I mean,
Wagyu steak.
And all employees have to enter from the back of the property, and they have to only park in employee parking, which was never enough. And that's when I got my first car. I decided to get a Porsche. I got a Porsche 944, and I thought I could get away by parking in the front because it was a Porsche. I only worked for like a week.
But where did you get the funds to get that?
I worked at that job because I was homeschooled at the time. I almost worked a full year as part-time, so I had enough just to get a really used 1987 944S for $7,000. I had about 5 of it, and my mom helped me pay the other 2. And we got it in California, and that's when like we didn't have Auto Trader back then, so like it was just usedcars.com, and that's where I found it. And it was because I used to play a lot of Need for Speed, and if anybody remembers Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I used to play that, and I was like, I just sitting there like, I wish I could own a Porsche, and then I was like,
you made your dreams come true.
I was like, then I'm like, maybe I can get one of these, and then I went to go look, and I'm like, they're cheap. At first, I was gonna get a 914, but I ended up getting a 944, and I still have it today.
Oh wow!
Even after a rollover. Well, I still have the engine. It's not the original body, but yeah. So that was kind of my obsession with foxes and furry related stuff back then. So I was always like that, and it just carried on into Second Life. That's the reason why I picked the armband. It wasn't because of Nazism. It was because it had a popper on it, and I was like, ooh, furry shit, you know.
Yeah, that's how I was with my old persona, because I used to be in a wolf, because back when I was younger. Back when I was younger, I had like this huge obsession with wolves. Like, I guess back then I was like, it's my spirit animal and shit like that. And so like every time I went somewhere, I'd always get like a wolf related something. Like when I was in Seattle, I saw this like little like wolf plush that I still have today. But right before I was gonna go on my cruise with my grandmother, and it's kind of that same thing that you said, the obsession with, I guess, your persona and furry related stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, when I went to Canada to go to Glacier National Park, I went in Canada for a little bit, and I went through every gift shop to find anything fox related. And I found this little wooden statue of a fox. So it was like, yeah, I was obsessed. I needed to have the next greatest fox thing.
That's exactly what I did.
So, like, some furries do that, and apparently that's a bad thing today.
What?
You can't obsess over it.
I have never heard this before.
Well, look at me. I'm a perfect example of that. You can't do that.
That's a good point.
Fox memorabilia. Collecting Fox memorabilia is problematic now.
CNN post, furries collecting their animal persona is racist and
culturally appropriating animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, the fandom's really lost its direction. If me wearing an armband with a popper on it is so horrible, like it's just furry pride. Like I love furry, It was no more than that, and it's just like they don't see the fact that this is nothing but a fantasy world. We are built as fantasy characters. We live in a fantasy world.
I guess Cody just got up.
Probably. He was sitting blabbing for the last almost hour.
Do y'all want to just go ahead and add him?
No, he's gonna sound like he got hit by a brick.
Okay. I'll just let him know. I'll say, hey man, we already did it.
We already effed. We're sorry.
Yeah.
The gangbang session is over now.
But
Jolt's like, I'm too straight for this shit.
Oh, dude.
He's like, dude, let me correct you.
Actually, no. I would have been inserting the jokes. It's only gay if it touches. It's only gay if it's only gay.
It's only gay if it touches.
Yeah.
it touches what though? Like your leg, your knee, your foot?
Your ear.
Oi.
That just brought back memories of Scary Movie 1.
That Bring Back movies are weird furry art.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
I remember. Did anybody ever get like bored enough to look at the weird furry porn? Like
All the time.
oh my god. Okay, what was the weirdest one anybody's ever seen? Like, I'm gonna go ahead and say mine. It was dick transformation. By far the weirdest.
Castration.
Oh fuck.
No.
Oh no. Oh.
Fuck that shit.
Gotta cut off the sacks, man.
Oh my god, no.
The scat's the one which puts me off.
You know, that's probably where this whole like furry gender swap is coming from. It's probably from all the people that had to get their dogs neutered or spayed. That's where this shit's coming from. I swear.
That and soy products.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's number 2. Like, I think we should probably start regulating the supply of soy for the betterment of the world.
Oh yeah. First off, I don't even like the taste of soy. I think it tastes like nothing. It tastes like straight up nothing to me. That's why it's hard for me to drink water, because it literally tastes like nothing to me. Well,
That's not fun.
I mean, I'll drink water, but I'd rather have a Dr. Pepper or something like that.
Yeah.
Or anything but Coke.
The thing which gets on my nerves is the people who go around like demanding that you respect them, and it's like, respect doesn't work like that.
No.
And then again, furries are basically one of the least respected fandoms.
Nah, that's true.
I wonder what could that be, I wonder,
Because if someone joined today and they go on Twitter and they're like, oh, that's my favorite, artist, and they're a leftist cuck, and they're like, oh, well, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I don't
realize it's a huge shit show.
The figures of the thing is, I just don't like how douchey they act. The fact that they believe they're better than you just because they consume soy products.
That's like vegans and everybody else like that too. They like
it's the same deal too. Like, all they want, like, they go to the Starbucks, like, my prestige lattes. Bitch, how is latte prestigious if you put like pumpkin spices on it? And
yeah.
I go to 7-Eleven, mix hot chocolate with pumpkin spice latte.
7-Eleven.
Hello, thank you for coming.
God, I'd honestly prefer to go to a premium coffee store.
Yeah, like Star Schmucks coffee. Star Schmucks.
Starbucks.
I like going in there, taking my laptop, and just doing random shit and look around. And I watch out for the guys who are getting soy, and I'm always like, it makes sense.
Avoid.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is just one good look at their face, and like, there's obviously a lot of open red flags flying around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's like, That's why I avoid people on Twitter. That's why, like, when I did have Twitter, I avoided people which had the pronouns they them,
Yeah.
because that was a red flag for me, for mentally unstable.
That's why I don't really watch much TV anymore, or even movies, because, you know, all the celebrities are like, oh, fuck these people, and fuck Trump especially, because we're whiny asses, and we're like, oh, Hillary didn't win, so we gotta make sure you know she didn't win. That's the kind of shit that pisses me off.
I just love like a whiny little book too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing I complain about on Twitter is like everyday things that happen, like things that matter to my life. Like, not what other people are doing, but like what, you know what I mean, I think.
The thing is, though, it's like, I don't like people who are obsessed with politics, like, to a religious degree.
Yeah.
Would you agree with me, Jolt, that, like, people treat politics like it's a religion?
Yeah. No, it's not just them who's guilty of it.
Yeah, I mean, on Twitter, I don't really complain about anything. People just complain at me, and I complain back at them.
Like, it's like, I think at the rate we're going, the Raiders are going to need a complaints hotline.
Pretty much.
They
Hell,
should
thank you for
start-
calling the Raiders complaint hotline. How may I help you? Why are y'all Nazis? All right, goodbye.
No. It should be like, no, okay, let me get you up to my manager, and then put you on hold for another 10 minutes. Hey, this is the manager, the Raiders hotline. How can I help you? Like, you're all guys are Nazis. Hold on, let me get you up to the CEO. Just deep another 10 minutes.
Just a Foxler thing. Hello, you have reached the CEO of the Raiders. I'm sorry, but nobody's in the office today. Go fuck yourself. Goodbye.
So you waste like 30 minutes of their time, and then
just to hang up on them.
Honestly, we need to get like a member of the Furry Raiders who's Indian to man it.
Oh, yes.
Oh man, that is gold right there.
Is there any Indian people in the Raiders? Because, like,
I don't. No, not that I know of.
No.
There's a Malaysian guy.
A Filipino.
close enough.
And one from Singapore. One from South Africa, then we have one from Panama, Honduras, Chile.
The thing is, though, your mother was quite funny when, like, responding to stuff.
That's my response to everything. Just like, it's always the stupidest shit too. It's like, you sucked in this game. I said, no, your mom sucked. Like, why is your mom such like the go-to for anything anybody says?
It's always like these people just haven't gotten the idea of growing up.
Yeah,
the same deal with Furry too. Like they're still almost stuck in an era of schoolyard insults.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. We're gonna start throwing Uncle Kage insults. At least I'm not Uncle Kage.
I've spoken to the guy once or so.
No, he's funny.
I don't think 2 is funnier though.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Like, by far, he was honestly the one that got me to really get more into the fandom, just because of his just rants, just random ass shit. It was so fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, I remember when he first did his just audio casts, and he did the one called Yiffing.
Yeah.
Rant.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh yeah.
Like, even my non-furry friends were like, "Oh, this guy's pretty fucking hilarious. Who is he?" He's like, "He's a furry." Are you a furry?
He's a furry, and he talks about weird shit in the fandom.
That's the thing, though. People just don't know how to laugh at themselves anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I posted a tweet just recently with a clip from the animated show called Duckman from the 90s.
Oh yeah, I love that clip.
Yeah, it's perfect example of reason why we need comedy to challenge us.
I love shit that offends me. Like, I'm not talking about like offends me, but like, it's like throwing a baby in a grinder type jokes. But
it's very not sensitive. It is the most offensive stuff. All the comedians have been like that. I mean, for years. I mean, I've used to watch a lot of Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they were all about most like half of it was all sex jokes, and nobody cared.
No. And a lot of the comedians coming up now, they're just like Amy Schwimmer. She's not funny.
Who?
Amy Schwimmer.
Amy Schumer.
Schumer. I thought it was Schwimmer.
Yeah. God.
I always call her Amy Schwimmer because she looks like a fucking whale.
All of them are like, that's why the feminist land whale stereotype exists for good reason.
The funny thing is, though, do you know one thing difference between America and Britain is that British female comedians are funny.
Yeah.
American female comedians are not funny.
Well, when 95% of your jokes are about how dirty your vagina is, it gets nasty and old. Like, you really should go get that checked out and quit joking about it.
It's like, jokes are so awkward, it makes women feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. And apparently, if you don't think she's funny, you're sexist. So,
I can't think of any new comedians in the last decade. Can anybody? I mean, we're almost in another decade for the 2000s, and I can't think of any on top of my head that is actually funny.
He did a piano special, and he did a song called "Kill Yourself," and it was hilarious. Bo Burnham, I think is his name, and he's pretty good. Other than that, I don't really know of anybody.
It's like a dead art now. In a way.
Which saddens me because I've always wanted to be a stand-up comic ever since I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So when something like that is just a dying art, it makes me feel a little depressed.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that. I mean, I can think maybe Chris Rock. He's all right.
Joe Rogan's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like his stand-up. I have an opportunity to go see him in Austin pretty soon. I think it's next month.
It's like, the funny one that we have in Britain is somebody called Frankie Boyle.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, same here. But I must say, British comedy is very hard to get around sometimes. It's if you're not a Brit, it's hard to understand. But I'm not saying the accent. I'm just saying just the humor in general of context. Like,
it's like American comedy is funny to America, as English comedy is more towards England, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, because you're making fun of people, so you got to know who you're making fun of. If you don't know who you're making fun of, then it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the humor in Britain tends to be a bit more drier.
Sometimes dry humor is good, though.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up on people like the old Southern comedians, like Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, the blue collar people. That's who my grandmother had in her CD player, and every time we went on a trip, I just had to listen to Bill Engvall, who still to this day just makes me laugh. I accidentally deafened everything, so anything y'all just said, I missed.
Yes, I said, is there anything else we're going to talk about, or are we pretty much covered it all for this hour-long episode of?
I think is everybody pretty much done?
I think this could be a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what is it? What are you going to call this? Like,
just I don't know, Furry Raiders podcast.
Or the Ramblings of the Raiders.
Rambles.
Yeah, that would be good too.
It sounds like a really bad play of Monty Python.
I don't know. I thought of the name, but it was just super generic.
Super generic. Put your name in there. I just call it super generic.
Well, at least we're not making like funny, you know, pretentious podcast name shows like the Chapo Trap House.
Hey, at least we're not doing what Dio does and, you know, just goes out and talks about how racism is so real and stuff.
No. You gotta have a Patreon in order to comment on the podcast.
Yeah, but what?
A Patreon. Donate to my Patreon.
Are you serious?
Oh, she said it though.
So so on YouTube they delete any comments. Wait. Oh.
No. Yeah, she actually legit said that though. When the comment section on the stream was basically getting bombed.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's the reason why we don't do live. I mean, I have no problem doing live. It's just
I
like,
don't either.
Oh no.
it's just like, bring it on, man. Like, throw your real racism. Maybe that should be the next one. Or live stream.
I'll try and get around to it. I haven't looked really into much the live streaming yet.
Well, I can run the live stream.
Oh, then if you want to run it, you can.
And then you can host.
That sounds fun. You probably have better internet than I do anyways, so.
Well, no kidding. No.
Yeah, we've got to.
I'm an IT professional. Gotta have the better internet.
Yeah, of course. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this random podcast. I had honestly, I had a bunch of like topics, but we went on such a rabbit trail that I just didn't really even need them. So, anyways, Merry Christmas, everyone, and have a good one.
Yeah, and a Happy New Year.
That too. And don't get triggered. Don't get too triggered out there, guys, and, you know, all that other good stuff.